Muy buenas noches, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. And as always, muchísimas gracias to everybody for you guys' wishes, prayers, and your amazing support. As always, from the heart, I thank you. Now, to get into the story on hand, I'm gonna put my story on pause. Well, this is part of my story, but I have been promising someone I was gonna touch on the homie Azul from the 805, and I do want to put his story out there and how things unfolded. I know everybody's waiting for me to update the current events, which I will touch a little at the end. Bueno, first I want to take you back to Tashi Pichu. Remember when I was there, myself and Asul were on their team. We're helping him, myself with B section and Azul with A section. Now, just to put a little bit out about the camarada, he was a good camarada, back there. Took care of the gente. He was really aware on everything that was happening, as he was good with getting it to us on B section. And I remember he stepped down from his position while we were here because something happened with the homie Furbo from Chiques, as I would touch on, that I think he got hurt. So he just decided to turn in his service. Besides, he was already going to go to a 180, right? So when this was happening, that's when T got flew to PB, and Tio Chino came, and I got kicked out to the 180. As you guys know, I was only out there for a little bit, and I came right back. And when I came back, Azul had already left to the linea. I believe at this time he went to High Desert, if I'm not mistaken. And I went about my path, as you guys know or will hear about it. And things unfolded the way they did, and I ended up in Mexico. Without touching on events, I'm going to continue on my story. But anyways, I remember we're sitting down in Culiacan, right, at the rancho, waiting for things to happen. We had been sitting for a couple weeks. It was a relaxing time. I'll be honest with you, just doing, just waiting. But we kept doing our thing. It was cool. It was relaxed. And then the pitazo came that we were to go to a spot in Durango and report to the Pili Ibu, which he was in the Ceferezo 14 at this time, right there in Durango. So we ended up going to Durango, and we got to a Highness pad that was going in to visit Evil, and as to my surprise, Azul showed up. He was coming towards the side of Tamaulipas, out that way, right? He was supporting with the last letra vatos that were out there. You know, at this time is when it was heavy, Sinaloa and Zetas, right? But anyways, he got there, and we're there for a little, and again, this Heina was going in to see Evil and bringing back the 411 we needed to be aware of. Now, keep in mind, the pintas in Mexico don't work like the States. You don't have to send a visiting form and wait for it to get cleared to go in and visit. There's none of that here. You don't even have to show an ID. You just go to the door and say, I want to go in. You pay 250 pesos. They put a visiting thing on, and they go in and find your visitor. There's no visiting room, nothing. You're going to go in with every prisoner, and you got to hunt for your prisoner down, your visitor. Which was what the Jaina was doing, right? So she was able to take Jale or whatever it needed to get up in there, right? And get out. So as time unfolded, Palabra came back out that we're supposed to put in line this Federal de Caminos. which are the ones that are in charge of the roads in Mexico. And as you guys know, usually the Sinaloa side has always worked hand in hand with the Federicos, right? So Evo wanted us to align him for the reason that he was letting the things get through back and forth, right, into Sinaloa and Durango, but he was clipping. You know, when there was a shipment going out, he would say like, "Hey, ponte bonito y muchate," right? So, which they were already getting their quote, right? They were already getting what they were supposed to be getting, what they asked for, but he was being greedy, as they all do, right? So what we're supposed to do, they didn't want him removed. You know, they just wanted him to get grabbed, maybe a finger, leg, arm, a little butt whooping, and get right, or sobre aviso no hay engaño, right? So the one that decided he was going to pull this off was Azul. Again, he's a good soldado. So he went out there, and as you guys know, sometimes things just don't happen the way you're told to do. It's a lot different, you know, when you're on a yard, you get sent to regulate someone or checar. You know, if something goes bad, we have full control of the yard. Here is not, you know. We're torpedoes. We're just people that go take care of business and punch, right? So that our big homie can get respect and get his pocket fattened. Just facts. So anyway, things went sideways and Azul ended up taking his life. And that's a no-no because even though if government works hand in hand with the factions here in Mexico, you still take one of them out, they're going to be on your butt. And of course, just being sincere, you know, when they press on that cartel, or that wasn't the orders, the Pochos acted on its own. Again, because here we're looked down upon, right? We ain't nothing here but torpedoes, people they could use and as their will, and but anyway, I'm not gonna get sidetracked. So they went after the homie. They busted him, and I don't need to tell you guys what the homie probably went through once he got busted, because the Marines were the ones that busted him, and he got put in the Cefareso with evil. So a week and a half goes by, you know. We get palabra that we're supposed to go reventar a casita that the last letter had, and we were supposed to prove a point. I don't want to get too much into details, but to go in and whatever Halle was there to get, Sinaloa, they don't want trash. That's what his exact words. You know, we don't. Whatever Halle they have, throw out, burn, whatever. That's trash. But Evil had out of their orders, which was you get, you find a way to flip that, send some, and at all times it was again his pocket and the ones out there doing everything. We did get something to a sense, but it was crumbs. Just enough for us to maintain when we're out there to eat and maybe once in a while go out and have un chesco or something. But, you know, I'm not here to speak about evil's actions, right? I want to give respects to the camarada. I got a couple stories with evil that I'm going to put out. So we went and did that. We didn't have time, right? We didn't have time to flip nothing. Because again, the Federicos were mad at the Pochos, the pelones tatuados de California. So they busted us. They didn't give us a pass the way they were supposed to. They said, Chale, you guys should have sent someone else. These vatos got nothing coming because of the homie's actions, right? Which, what's dispuesto, if it's a repercussion for the homie being a homie and taking care of business, vámonos, como vengan las cosas. So, anyways, we get cracked, we get put in the Ceferezo because they put narcomenudeo and weapon charge, so they took us in the Ceferezo. And we land there with Evil, and to a sense, Evil had Hugo right there in Durango, just keeping it a buck, right? There was a lot of factions inside that we weren't cool with, but it was due to Evil who he was representing inside, which was Sinaloa. But at this time, they were the Matacetas that were there, which turned out to be the Cuatro Letras, and then there were some Beltranes, Últimas Letras, and anyways, we were just supposed to do our program, right? Not get in their business, which it's impossible, right? When you got somebody that's willing to kiss boots, just being sincere to please these individuals because he's power hungry. So he's going to be lifting our hand to do things because he ain't going to do them. Now, I'm not minimizing this Billy because I seen him in action and he was with it. But he didn't want no more time, right? He had already gotten sentenced for a long time, right? Which it don't mean nothing in Mexico, but anyways. What happened is there was a there was a vato Medina that had a lot of Talibanes. He had a lot of juice on the yard. You could tell when somebody has pull, right? Here in Mexico, again, it's a rancho inside. It ain't nothing like a prison. So our mission was to remove him from the yard. If in the means, we ended up clipping him, ya ni modo. Again, myself, I'm gonna speak for myself. I was stupid. I was a torpedo real quick to react. That of course, I said I'll take care of it. I knew it was a suicide mission. Cause again the vato walked 6, 7, 8 Talibanes taking care of him, and so two of us were supposed to do it, and the camarada Azul, he said, vámonos, let's boogie. We couldn't all rush in, right? Cause it wouldn't become a big chaos, and usually when the vato ate, he sat down to eat, and his Talibanes moved to the side and allowed him to eat. So that was the only opening we had to take care of homeboy. So it worked out like that, he was sitting down eating mariscos, and Azul got to him, hit him, and I started going to town on him. So we had him maybe for a minute, not very long, and we started getting whooped as we knew it was. And we also knew what was coming, cause here in Mexico ain't like when you're in a yard in California, right? Where you're gonna go book this fool, but it's gonna be a bunch of COs. Yeah, you're doing it always with the tower pointing at you, which you something bad's gonna happen. But there's the key word, might. Over here in Mexico, you know it's gonna happen. You know you're gonna get your share at the end, right? But my mentality as the homies at this time was, you know, para completar, to complete whatever we're supposed to do as campoleros, we're willing to get a butt whooping. It didn't mean nothing. At the end of the day, trancazos only hurt a little bit, right? And then they go away. Well, look at me now, right? But anyways, sorry, everyone. We took care of it. We got stomped out, and again, we're not respected enough for a Billy to actually give us all the 411. It's always has to be misled lies. We were never told that this Vato Medina, he had Hugo, even though he was Beltran on this yard, because he was paying dirección, the warrant, the Judas. So afterwards, they took me and Azul down, literally to a hole. You go down the stairs, and then you go down some other stairs, and they have these cages down there, and we're down there for 4 days. And I'm just gonna tell you, man, them cops, they stomped us in till they got tired. Every day it was our breakfast. And I'm not gonna minimize Evil's actions either. He did fix the situation for us. He got us back out. How he worked it, I don't know, but he did speak up for us, just being sincere on every angle. So we came out, and even though we were upset, our job is to follow suit, right? Because at the end of the day, we always talk about being soldados, this and that. But me, myself, I was a coward. I should have manned up where I needed to man up. It's just facts. But we came back out, and we didn't have nothing coming, at least from Dirección, which it didn't really mean nothing inside there, because you never seen him hardly. Homeboy ended up getting moved to a different Ceferezo, and we went about our business. Within time, this is when we got bailed out, right? But as we got bailed out, we're supposed to stay in Durango and wait for Azul to get bailed out. But what we didn't know that Azul had this hyena staying with him. She was a prisoner too, but you pay 250 and they're able to stay with you. And the homegirl was sprung out on Piedra. So homeboy started using it. He does hold grudges, right? So one time, I guess, the Judas, shortly after we left, because to a sense, I guess Evil was keeping order. And this Sargento came in, walked, and homeboy went off on him and stabbed him. So he got a grip of time on top of whatever, they gave him afterwards. And then we couldn't do nothing for him no more. And I'm as guilty as an egg man, while we were there. Like I said, keeping it a buck, myself, the homie Evil, and what's the homie's name? From Compton, Sombra, I believe, from Seven O's. We used to go take, same with him, tafeta, tacos, whatever, show some love to him. But once we left Durango, we couldn't do it no more. So the homie got 40 something years, and I don't even think his family knows he's there. And nobody's showing love to him no more. Again, I'm not minimizing my blame. I'm as guilty as the next man. Especially now, it'd be so hard for me to go up in Durango when it's another war zone and we're not like. But that's how a homie ends up here in Mexico supporting, again, those vatos that the only thing they know is how to manipulate us, use, and forget. Now the time we were in Durango, that Pili never forgot about homeboy. But afterwards, he was never brought up again. Or at least that Jaina was going in to visit him. Hey, llévale un pollo, right? And again, I'm as guilty as the next man. So, the only reason I'm telling this story is because it's just so many camaradas that are enceferesos here in Mexico that, in one way or another, they're alone, right? For the so-called causa. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments calling me ignorant for saying causa and career, but that's how we're raised to believe. But my respects to the homie, and I do wish he's well. If it was in my power to go there and get out, I would. But anyways, I hope from this people are able to take what it is. It's nothing but lies and betrayals, misled. There's no honor in that. And it's not just in Cali. It's in Cali, Mexico, China, and donde sea. That's why I always say be smart. Be loyal to those that deserve your loyalty, that want the best for you, to make something of your life, to be okay with your family. It's not gonna nowadays obligate her to use and abuse your own family. What kind of carnalismo is that, man? Let's leave out that vatos a pili. You're a sureño. Everything should be based on love, carnalismo for our gente. Where's it at? Bueno, mi gente, just to touch briefly on the current events here. As you guys know today, the Chapitos, the juniors, had a rude awakening, right? The Mayos, they came in with everything. The short I actually showed you guys don't find in no videos, because that was me going from the rancho to Culiacan in the morning to do something I had to do, where we were met with that roadblock and we couldn't pass. And I got down, I just took that real quick to share with you guys that it's real easy to get up and read articles and speak about things you don't know nothing about without not targeting nobody, just in general. And it's a whole different thing to be literally at the spot. A lot of people question the mask, the XX things, why I don't really open up on everything, because I'm literally at arm's reach with this gente. Not with them gente people call legends that don't have a meaning here in Mexico or nowhere nowadays. You know what I mean? They have a meaning when it comes to that jeringa con esos negrito coming in, right? But it's an open war. At first I was like, well, if they come here to the rancho, even though I don't want to, it's not in me no more. Familia is familia, right? And but my family members came, and like I stated before, nephews, grandkids from both sides, they come here to the rancho for certain things or respects or whatever, just to eat. And it has nothing to do with the rest of the familias here in Sinaloa. It's them after the Guzmanes, period. And that includes El Guano. As you guys don't know if you're aware of the open war that's up there in the Sierra too with them. And we'll see where it ends up. As things are right now, Culiacan is on every corner. But it's Mexico. But anyways, mi gente, with this said, I will sit down and let me dissect everything so that I know what I'm able to share with you guys. Because again, está cañón. But with this said, I send my love to everybody. Please stay true to yourself and loyal to your loved ones. See things for what they are. Love those that you're 100% sure that they're going to be there with you till the wheels fall off. Muy buenas noches.